Hey you guys, welcome back to another video on Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one, we're going to be previewing number 6 Michigan taking on unranked Maryland. Maryland currently 5-5 on the season, Michigan 9-1. Going to be covering everything you need to know about both these teams coming into this matchup. So stick around and watch the whole entire video. If you guys are new around here, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could go ahead, hit that subscribe button, leave a like if you do go ahead to enjoy this video. And other than that, let's get right into today's preview. Alright, so right off the bat, you guys should know about Maryland is they're a really offensive type of team. Their defense is not that great. If you look here on their schedule, they beat West Virginia 30-24, beat Howard 62-0, beat Illinois 20-17, beat Kent State 37-16. So they started the season out 4-0 and then lost to Iowa 51-14. Ohio State beat them 66-17, and Minnesota beat them 34-16. They beat Maryland by 3, 38-35. Penn State beat them 31-14, and Michigan State beat them 40-21. As we're going to take a look at that game later. So what you can take away from all those scores, so besides Illinois, every single Big Ten team that Maryland has played besides Illinois has scored at least 30 points on Maryland's defense this season in the games. As you take a look at all their final scores here, with Penn State being the lowest at 31, at least the Big Ten team when they have beaten Maryland. Then obviously Illinois 17 is the lowest. So that's one thing you guys should know. Maryland very an offensive threat type of team. And then you look at Michigan, they have put up 30s on a lot of teams except for Rutgers. They only scored 20. They only scored 29 against Indiana, which is pretty much 30, and then only 21 against Penn State. And then obviously Michigan only has one loss to Michigan State, 37-33. They lost that one. And so yeah, that's right off the bat what you guys should know. Alright, so taking a look at the Michigan State versus Maryland game last weekend. Total yards, or Michigan State, had 481 total yards. Maryland had 451 total yards. Maryland also had 350 passing yards, while Michigan State had 287 passing yards. Maryland only had 101 rushing yards, and Michigan State had 194 rushing yards. And then Maryland actually won the turnover battle 2-1, but they did throw an interception. So obviously you have quarterback Talia Tagovailoa on Maryland. I think it's pronounced Tala Tagovailoa if I said that wrong, so excuse me on that, but he went 29 completions on 48 attempts, 350 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He is very good, very great quarterback. He does make some mistakes throwing it, but for the most part, he is a very good quarterback for Maryland, and definitely, he's probably their best offensive player for sure on their team. Yeah, he can also run the ball as well, but rushing wise, running backs, we got Penny Boone, 5 carries, 42 yards in that game against Michigan State with 1 touchdown. Then you have Kobe McDonald had 6 carries, 38 yards. Then for receiving, you have Okonkwo, who had 8 receptions, 112 yards for 2 touchdowns. Then you have Raheem Jarrett, who had 10 receptions, 105 yards. And then Fleet Davis had 3 receptions, 35 yards. Daryl Jones had 2 receptions, 32 yards. And that's really it. Carrier had 2 receptions, 25 yards. So both Jarrett and Okonkwo had really big games against Michigan State, putting up over 100 receiving yards. So definitely watch out for them against Michigan. Then obviously don't really need to go over Michigan State. All you really need to know about Maryland's defense is, they give up a lot of points in all these games. Like I said, every single Big Ten team they went up against, besides Illinois, every Big Ten team has scored 30 or more points. So that's really all you need to know about their defense. Taking a look at Michigan here against Penn State, the total yards, Michigan had 361 total yards, Penn State had 332 total yards. Michigan had 217 passing yards, Penn State had 223 passing yards. Michigan also had 144 rushing yards, Penn State 109 rushing yards. Turnover battle, they both had 1 fumble, so it was even. And Michigan obviously coming back in this one. Cade McNamara had a great game, 19 completions on 29 attempts, 217 yards, and 3 touchdown passes. including one to Eric All, who had a 47-yard touchdown reception to go up 21-17 after they were down 17-14. So really a season-saving drive, really, you could call it. Michigan dealt with adversity in this one. On the road against Penn State, always a tough environment, and they came up on top. Great comeback, huge comeback to keep their season alive. Hassan Haskins, almost, I'm pretty sure he has 15 yards until he gets to 2,000 career. He already has 2,000 career rushing yards, but he is only 15 yards away of having 1,000 rushing yards this season. Against Penn State, he had 31 carries for 156 yards. Just really outstanding game. Hopefully we get Blake Corum by Ohio State, but Hassan Haskins really handling that ball well and carrying the load offensively on the ground. Eric All, huge game, had that touchdown to go up 21-17. He had 4 receptions, 64 yards, 1 touchdown. Cornelius Johnson had a great game, 3 receptions, 51 yards. Hassan Haskins also had 5 receptions for 45 yards, including a screenplay. So Hassan Haskins really doing it all. And then Roman Wilson also 3 receptions, 31 yards. Hopefully Andrell Anthony, Mike Samersville get it going against Maryland as well. That's pretty much what went down against Penn State. And the defense for Michigan, obviously, we had 7 sacks against Penn State and Sean Clifford. And defense was just phenomenal. Got stops when they needed it, including when McNamara fumbled the ball. Penn State got it, and the defense stopped them to a field goal, and Michigan ended up winning it. So that's all you need to know about each team's last game played. Now we're going to look on the season here. Total yards per game for each team. Michigan has 442.4 total yards per game. Maryland has 431.5 total yards per game. Obviously, Michigan is more of a rushing offense, while Maryland is a passing offense. However, Michigan can also pass the ball. They kind of have a good mixture of offense right now. Hopefully, they keep doing that, or keep it that way. And then, although yards allowed, Michigan 301.6 yards allowed per game, and Maryland 415.7 yards allowed per game. And then points per game, Michigan 34.7 points per game, Maryland 26.9 points per game, and points allowed per game, Michigan 16.1, Maryland 31.4. So obviously Michigan stat-wise is the better team. Maryland can definitely pull this upset off though. They're not a bad team. They've gotten wins. They're 5-5. And obviously when they've gone up against tougher opponents like Michigan State, Penn State, Ohio State, they even lost to Minnesota. They definitely struggled, so I do expect Michigan to win this one. I'm probably going to go with the score prediction of, I'm going to go 35-10 Michigan winning this one. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think. My score prediction, 35-10 Michigan winning this one, and going into Ohio State, hopefully to play for a Big Ten championship as long as Ohio State defeats Michigan State tomorrow, this weekend, Saturday. So that's pretty much what's going on. ESPN gives Michigan an 89.3% chance to win, in Maryland 10.7% chance to win. The spread right now is 15.5. So Michigan 15.5 is a spread right now. So yeah, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of this matchup. I think Michigan should, smooth sailing, blow Maryland out, but Maryland is a good offensive team. We will see. They can definitely come back if their defense gets stops, but I think Michigan's defense will do a good job and hopefully hold them to, below 14 points or something like that, at least below 20 points, and then the offense hopefully succeeds as well. And yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like, subscribe for more, and we will see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.